Good morning. There's Anne. Hello, hello. Okay, Sue is not going to make it, but we're hoping Val shows up. But we will get started because you and I are here, right? And we're on time. Woohoo! Okay, so what I have today is one heavy weight. We're going to use it for rowing, one at a time, just one. And then you need a medium and maybe a slightly lighter weight. And then we're also going to use a disc and then water and a towel. Okay, that's it. Take your feet nice and wide. Just start shifting your hips from side to side. Keep your legs nice and long and your whole body trying to lift up. Now start to circle backwards and then go the opposite way and do that just a few times. So when you warm up before a weight class, it's really just about limbering. So we always bring movement when we're warming. Okay, so now you're going to take the feet hip width apart. You're going to sweep the right arm up and over. Get it nice and long. So you're really trying to reach long. And then do the same on the other side. Big, long reach. And then just keep alternating. Try to keep the arms straight, right? We want the limbs to be nice and long. Do one more on each side. Okay, now we're going to circle the arm. So take it back as far as you can and then bring it forward. Switch. Reach up and back. Now, when we do arm circles, it's important to try to keep your hips from shifting in order for you to make the rotation. So you want to have the hips facing forward if you can. And now we're just going to switch directions. So take it back and then forward and back. Do a few more. There's Val. One more on each arm. Reach, reach, reach. And now, bring the arms parallel to the floor. And I want you to give me a little hip hinge. So stick that butt of yours back and get the stomach engaged. Good morning. Okay, please remind yourself to mute. Shift your hips back, sweep the arms up, and keep going. Back. So you really proud out the chest and keep your arms straight. And then here you're reaching as high as you can with the arms while you keep that butt sticking backwards. So we're wading into the heels. And I just have micro bends in my knees, nothing huge. Reach. Okay, so now when we lower the arms, we're going to flip the palms to face the sides of your room when you take the arms back. And then when you pull them forward, I want you to rotate the palms to face. Do that just a few more times. You're going to feel in different muscles getting some length. Last one. Sweep up, hold up, and now really reach for the ceiling. Stand tall, tall, tall. Try to get as tall as you can. And then swan dive it down. Relax your head. Look through your knees. How good does that feel? Let's just stay here for a breath or two more. Make sure you're releasing the head. And now inhale, extend the spine. Walk the hands forward. I want to stretch out our lats. So you're going to shift your hips back and you're going to inch those fingers out in front. And then relax down. So let's do that again. Inhale, extend the spine. Hips go back, fingers walk forward. Legs are really straight here. And then fold back down. One more. Inhale, extend. Fingers walk out, hips, push them back. Get a real tug of war going on here. Big deep breath into the ribs and then let it all go. Walk your hands forward, maybe in your high plank position. From here, oscillate between downward dog and plank. Let's keep the legs straight. Now, when you're pulling forward to plank, I want you to elevate the heels as high as you can. So you get into the pads of your feet. When you pull back, push the heels into the floor or towards the floor. Let's just do a few more. Okay, step your feet in so your knees are right under your hips. You're in bear. Knees are 1 inch above the floor. You're on the pads of your feet. And now you're going to go to a small dog. Press the heels down and really pull the legs straight. Do it again. Cover the knees. Draw the belly button in. Lift your face. Back to a small dog, heels down. Push the legs straight. Right back to your bear. One more time. Now, come back to bear, put the knees on the floor, and let's do some cat-cows. So big arch in the back. And then flip it around, take your gaze forward, and just sort of keep going at a pace that feels good for you. Bring a little movement to the hips. So we switch up the angles. You really should be feeling a nice release in that lower back. In your thoracic spine, when you create space between those shoulder blades, it should feel fabulous. Bodies tend to carry a lot of tension in the thoracic spine. Okay, so now we're going to thread the needle. So you start in your quadruped position. Take your right arm between the left wrist and left knee. Scoot it out to the side, shift your hips back. So big stretch for the back of the shoulder. And then come back up, do the opposite side. We're not holding these long. We're just creating that nice little pull and then coming back and switching sides. And while we move, don't forget to breathe. Keep oscillating between left arm going out to the side and right arm going out to the side. Your hips are just hovering over the heels when you're down in the low position. One more on each side. Nice. Okay. From your quadruped position, you're going to extend the right arm out and your left leg back. And then bring the hand and foot to the floor and lift it back up. So we're getting a little bit into the hamstrings and your side body and glutes. So lift and lower, do 4 more. Up and down. Keep the limbs really long. When you're done that side, switch it. Make sure your leg is straight in the back. Make sure the arm is reaching. Nice. Okay, small dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Round up 1 vertebrae at a time. Nice, standing nice and tall. Bring your hands to heart. We're gonna do a little balance challenge before we start with our weights. So give me a nice big hip hinge on the left leg. So come down, try to get your body parallel to the floor. Your hands are at your heart. While you hold this position, I want you to elevate the right hip up to the ceiling, towards the ceiling as high as you can, and then lower it back down so the hips are square. It's not a big move, but it's going to challenge your balance. You're going to get a nice workload going to that left inner thigh when the hip is up. Let's just do a few more. Lift, moving nice and slow so you maintain the balance. One more, and then let's switch sides. So hands to heart, kicks down that left foot. Bring the whole body parallel to the floor. And here we go. Start to raise the hip. You're keeping your leg nice and long. If it's floating, it's going to be a lot harder to balance. So it's all about engaging muscle. By pulling that leg long, you're bringing more muscle to the party. Hard to talk and balance through this one. Okay, two more. Here we go. Make them great. Nice job. Okay, back to standing. Hands stay at your heart. One more little balance challenge. Pick your right knee up, circle the foot. Go the other way. Point and flex it. And switch legs. We're going to take our weights. The first exercise, switch your direction, that we're going to do is actually a stretch for your neck and your traps. So take that foot down. You're going to pick up, I'm going to use just a 10-pound weight, and I'm going to hold it in my right hand. Stand nice and tall. And then just take your left ear down towards the left shoulder and sort of let this weight pull towards the floor. So see if you can just kind of use that weight to get a little more stretch. And then bring the head back up. And then do it again. Make sure your shoulders are back and down and nice and broad. And you're standing nice and tall. So lower and lift. And if you tend to be really tight here, which most of us are because of bad posture, like driving, sitting, working at a computer, looking on your phone, this is a good thing to do every day. Don't force it. Like, you can take your hand to your head, but I really don't want you to force it. I want you to use the benefit of the weight to just feel good, right? Switch your hands, do the opposite side. So sort of try to let the weight pull the shoulder down as you pull your head gently to the right, getting a nice stretch here. Then come back up. Do it again. Really gentle. Do 3 more, why not? Last one. Nice. Okay, we're going to warm up the back. So I want you to switch hands with this weight. This is not your heaviest weight. We're just starting. Step your right foot back. So I want you in a split stance, high on the toes on the back foot. Now, I feel very stable the way I've positioned my feet. I want you to as well. So whatever that is for you, keep both legs straight. Hinge forward. So I've got my left hand just above my knee. And I'm trying to see if I can get my torso parallel to the floor. It might not be quite parallel, but that's how big of a lean you've got. Now start rowing. Weight comes up, elbow stays close to the side of your body. and try to get the elbow up nice and high. So you feel a nice little pinch of that shoulder blade pulling in towards the spine. Make sure you've got a nice neutral neck so you feel no stress. This is really just a warm-up because it isn't the heaviest weight you would be able to do for this exercise. But it's enough that that left leg should also be singing to you, and it's enough to warm up your back. Do a few more. So I really have 80 to 90% of my body weight on my left leg. Very little weight in that right foot. Okay, come back up, step forward, switch hands, step your left leg back this time. Really high on the toes, because that's going to help you weight this front leg. Hinge forward. See if you can come down, try to get close to parallel to the floor, and then start your rowing. Crowd out that chest, hollow in the stomach. Keep your neck nice and neutral. Think about all your weight almost going into that right leg. Few more. Last one. Okay, come back up, step forward, put that weight down. We are going to grab a disc, a towel or a sock on a slidey surface and do a little hammy work. I'm going to grab a quick sip of water while you get your sock, disc, or towel ready. Here we go. So, right foot on the disc, nice and high on the toes, hands out in front. Slide back, lean forward when you start to slide back. The more you lean forward, the more you're going to discover the workload going into that left glute. Now relax those toes on the left foot. Hardly any weight in that back leg. Slide back up. Nice and graceful. Do it again. Slide back. Big lean. Get edgy with this exercise. Take the arms out, makes it harder. Palm space, arms are long. You're reaching to touch the front of your room. Hands back to heart, slide back up. We have 3 more to do. We want to take this almost to failure, if you know what I mean. Like, at some point your brain says, am I going to be able to slide up, or am I going to have to take my hands down to the floor and just end up in a plank? So figure out, hold those arms out, sweep them backwards, crowd out your chest. Now your palms are facing the floor. I know you can feel your glute. Keep feeling it. Bring the arms forward. Lift them higher than parallel to the floor. Slide back up, release the arms. Whew. That's work. Let's do it again. I'm going to take the arms out right out of the gate as I slide back. Big forward lean, most of my weight in the left leg. Just breathe. Sweep the arms back, crowd out your chest. Bring the arms forward, slide up slowly, release the arms. Nice, do it again. Here we go. Ask yourself how you can make this harder. So maybe you're leaning more, maybe the back foot's going back a little more. Maybe you're just going to hold it a little longer. Sweep the arms back, crowd out your chest. Bring them back forward. Slide up, release the arms. Whew, okay, I think I'm getting there. I hope you are too. Back one last time on this leg. Make this one even better than the last one. However you do that. Bring the arms back. Lower a little more. Back leg is nice and straight. Relax the toes on the front foot. Bring the arms forward. Come up slow. Release the arms. Woo, shake it out. Nice job. Switch legs. Hands start out in front. Let's get the form down. Slide back. Big lean. Now, we didn't really talk much about the heel of the front foot, but when you start to come back up, I want you to press into that heel. Come up slow. Do it again. Take it back. Big lean forward. If you don't feel that glute right out of that gate, there's something wrong with your stance. Just keep improving. Keep letting that back foot get a little further back. Come up slow. Okay, we're going to incorporate the arms. So here we go. Slide back. Take the arms out. Bring your hands to heart, come back up. Do it again. Take it back. Arms come out. Remember, when you start to slide up, which we're not doing yet, but when we do, it's all about the heel. Let's go, come up. The arms can come down. Whew. One more, no, two more, or maybe even three more. Slide back. Reach. Get edgy. Take the arms back by your side, press out the chest. All the weight is in the back of that front foot. Lean more forward. Sweep the arms forward. Lift them. Slide back up. Whew. It's getting sweaty in here. Here we go again. Take it back. Arms come out. Big lean. This is on you. Make it great. Sweep the arms back. Spread out your chest. All in that right leg. All in. Bring the arms forward. Slide back up. Whew. Okay, one more. We got this. It's a dog's life, right? Lying here sleeping. Here we go again. Arms are out in front. They're really long. You've got a massive lean. Your butt's screaming at you. Take the arms back by your side. Pride out your chest. Bring the arms forward. Start to lift. Come up. And release the arms. Great. Okay. Enough of that disc. Whew. That's a workout. Now, we're going to do arms. So we're going to start in a quadruped position, and we're going to do tricep kickbacks. So if you need to put towels under your knees, go ahead and make that happen. You might want to have 2 sets of weights. You're going to work one arm at a time. So weight in the right hand. Your belly's in, your toes are tucked. Row the elbow up. Take the weight back to a straight arm. Let it come forward. Put it back down. So each repetition is a starting from scratch. Lift up. Take back. Bring forward. Lower down. Make sure your neck is neutral. Core is tight. Shifting of the hips is not what you want. Lower the arm. Also be mindful not to squeeze the weight too tight. Take the arm back, bring it forward, lower it down. If this feels easy, you chose a weight that's too light. That tricep in the back of the arm, when that arm is fully extended, should be screaming at you to come out of it. Should be a really big effort here. So when we do this exercise off the floor, you're working against gravity, which is good. It's also giving you an opportunity to work that six-pack muscle. Okay, we're going to do 3 more. And that's your last one on that side. Turn onto the tops of your feet and just have a seat on your heels. It's going to give you a nice quadricep stretch and your shins, which is really good if you walk a lot, especially if you're walking and on the beach. If you're walking on an uneven surface, it's a nice little stretch to do every day. You got to be kind to your feet. Okay, back to your quadruped. Pick up that weight, get the elbow up as high as you can, take it back nice and long, pull it forward, and then lower it down. Keep going. So do it nice and slowly. Make sure your shoulders are not rounding forward. It's all about form. So lift, extend back, bring it forward, lower it down. Make sure you haven't dropped your face. You want your neck nice and long. Now, if you have to swing your weight to get it back there, your weight is actually too heavy. You want to control the movement and use muscle, not momentum. And that's when you know too that the arm is starting to fatigue. You feel like you have to swing it, then you can always switch to a lighter weight. Keep the shoulders nice and proud, right? We have 3 more. Last one. Nice, okay. Come back onto the tops of your feet for a quick little sit. Now, while you're sitting like this, you're gonna just take your hands back and start to walk your fingertips only backwards. And then give me a really proud chest. You're gonna feel a stretch in the front of the arm and your chest. Just take a few deep breaths. Stick that chest out, keep the arms long, walk them back maybe a little more. And then come forward. You're gonna kick your feet out to the side. We're gonna use a heavy weight on our hips and bridge it up. So, lying down, your heaviest weight you got, resting on the hips. Now, before you start to bridge it up, hold your weights or weight with the back of the arms off the floor. Walk your feet in as close to your butt as you can and keep them hip width. Now roll the pelvis up so you feel your lower back on the floor and then roll it forward. Just do that a few times just to sort of set the body, get it ready. And then we're going to go up and down on 3 counts with our hips. So once you get that low back skin on the floor, now lift the toes off the floor. So I want all your weight in the heels. One vertebrae at a time, roll up, get as high up as you can. So you're up on those shoulders, you feel your neck nice and long. It's a nice opportunity to massage your thoracic spine. And then lower down slowly and enjoy that feeling. Toes are still up. Roll the pelvis down, roll it back up and lift. Pushing up all the way through the heels. And then slowly come back down. So you got this, right? Roll the pelvis forward, roll it back, roll it up with the hips, pressing up through the heels. I want you to activate your glutes. That's why I'm asking you to just come up through your heel. We're going to do this 3 more times. Make sure you're making a concerted effort to get high and to isometrically bring the knees towards each other. Nice. Here's your last one. Hold up. Work those inner thighs. You can put your toes down on the floor so your shins get a little break. But squeeze your glutes, bring the knees towards each other isometrically. Hold here, breathe 3 big deep breaths. And then slowly lower back down. We're going to do some lat pulls. So that weight that you have that's heavy, hopefully it's the right one for a lat pull. If not, please change it. You're going to just hold the weight either vertically or horizontally, whatever feels better for you. Keep the neck long and the arms long as you let that weight slowly go back behind you. And then you're going to pull it forward. Be very slow and methodical here. Think about your form. Try to keep your ribs nice and low. That low back skin, try to keep it connected to the floor as you go back on 3 counts and forward on 3 counts. So now I'm going to ask you, however you were gripping your weight, switch it. So now I'm moving to a horizontal grip, going back and forth, nice and slow, pressing my lower back down. We're going to try to do 5 more here. Make sure the arms stay long. Even if you have to limit how far back the arms go, that's okay. I just would like your arms to be long. Okay, my last 2, make them fabulous. And bring that weight down. Rock and roll yourself up to a seated position so you can put the weight off to the side. I'm going to grab a quick sip of water. We're going to do 1 more round of triceps. So this time, you're lying down back into that bridge position with your hips down low. Palms face, weights up in front. So we just bend at the elbow, come down really slowly. Lots of control. Let the dumbbells touch your shoulders and then straighten the arms back up. So remember, I don't want you to move between the elbow and the shoulder. Lower and lift. And lower, nice and slow. Loose grip on the weight, lift. Now we're gonna start to add in some flies. So the next time your hands are nice and long, your arms are up and straight, open out wide. And then bring together like you're hugging a big tree. So you got little breaks in the elbows. Open out wide, you should feel the back of the arms on the floor. Squeeze the chest. Let the weights touch at the top. Lots of control, go out really slow. So you're not letting gravity help you here, you're resisting. And then squeeze. Open slow. Give that chest a really big squeeze. You have 3 more of these. Okay, now we're going to alternate. 1 tricep extension, 1 fly. One tricep extension and 1 fly. Let's do that 4 more times slowly. If it's getting too hard, you can always go to a lighter weight. Okay, take those weights down, out of the way. You're going to stay lying down. We're going to make a nice little circle with our knees. Keep the knees and feet together. Just a nice little massage for your lower back. Change the direction. Okay, let's bring the legs straight up to the ceiling. Take your hands behind your head. So get your upper body in a crunch position. So you're lifting the shoulder blades up off the floor. You're tucking your chin. You're drawing the elbows back. Please don't pull on your head. Slow motion, both legs are straight. You're going to lower the right leg while you hold this crunch. Now go up and down a little bit with that right leg. So lift up an inch, lower an inch. So you're just adding a little movement. Low back skin on the floor, belly down. Elbows want to pull forward, don't let them. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leg comes up, back of the head on the floor. Nice little release. Roll your head from side to side. Keep your legs up and straight. Okay, now we come back. Crunch position. Chin tucked, elbows back. Belly down. That's the most important part here. Slowly lower the leg. And then up an inch, down an inch. Try to lift the shoulder blades up. Try to keep the elbows back. Don't pull on the head. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Put the feet on the floor, bent legs. Roll the head all the way to one side. And then all the way to the other side. Keep going. We have one more little rehab, as I call it, exercise, or the Sean exercise. So you're lying down on your mat. You're going to give me the smallest bend in the leg. You're going to turn your toes in and knees in to touch. Get flat on your shoulder blades and crowd out your chest. cup your fingers. So this is easy right now, right? First challenge is to push your heels into the floor. Second challenge, while you push, pull them isometrically towards you. While you do those two things, squeeze your knees even harder than you have been. While you do all those three things, lift your butt up. It's all about incorporating them all together. We don't forgo one to add another. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, release it. Take the arms all the way back for a full body stretch. Point your toes. Okay, round 2. So on this round 2, when I do the 5 countdown, you know it's almost over. You're not going to put your butt down, you're just going to open up your toes. And we're going to try to hold it for 5 more counts. So start like you normally do. Toes and knees in, fingertips, arms are not on the floor. Now, heels push down. Feel all that muscle activation. Now they pull towards your butt. Now you squeeze your knees. Now you lift your butt. So you're squeezing 5, 4. Remember, when we get to 1, you're just opening the feet and the knees. You're going to release that squeeze. Do it now. Open the toes. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and let it go. Take the arms all the way back behind you. Nice job. We're going to enjoy this stretch for a few breaths, and then we're going to roll up Pilates style, do some 90-90 stretching and say goodbye. So here we go. Arms come forward, lift your head, tuck your chin, roll up while you tuck in that belly, dive between the legs. Try to have your elbows down on the floor, relax your head, take a few deep breaths. It's a great stretch to do after that little work you just did. Okay, take it up. So scoot your butt over to the right side of your mat. Give me 90 degrees in your front leg, 90 degrees in your back leg. So check your form. Once you're ready, you're going to post your right hand just to the right. You're using it to help you stay nice and tall through the spine. So we're going to lift the left leg up. We're going to let the right leg come up to, you're going to take your left hand, you're going to post it behind you. So right now you got big spread between the knees, and now you're going to end up 90-90 facing the back of your room with your right arm forward. Posting that left hand to get nice and tall through the spine. Do it again. Back leg lifts, back arm gets behind the back, roll back to where you started. Let the arm come forward. Try to remember to use this arm to pull you towards the left side of your room. Do it again. Lift that back leg. Slowly, let the front one come up. Left hand behind you. Big spread between those legs. And then you're rolling to face the back of the room. We're doing this 2 more times. And then we're ready to start the day. Patience, right? You know this is good for you. Just think about your driving, sitting, whatever you do during the day, whatever we all do. We need this. Okay, let's do it one more time. Now, end up facing forward. Now you're gonna take that left arm forward, you're gonna pull this right foot in towards you. That way you can get up onto that knee. Meet me in your quadruped position. Let's do some cat-cows to end class today. Shift those hips backwards. Drop into those shoulders. Coccyx bone up to the ceiling. Belly in. Do it 2 more times. And your last one. So with your toes tucked under, meet me in a full forward fold. Cross the arms. Just take 2 big, huge breaths. And then roll up nice and slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time. Take a nice big deep breath. And I thank you so much for your power and strength. We are finished and feeling good, I hope. Yes, yes, yes.